Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he What do you think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good evening to everybody. Good morning. And still over here on Tijuana. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining. It's an incredible Monday, 17th of May. For God's sake, I'm being censored. Like, this is the first time that I will say that censorship is really hitting me right now. It's unbelievable what they're doing right now to me on YouTube. And it's on Facebook. It is just remarkably unbelievable, man. It's just disgusting what they're doing. It's okay. To understand that they don't want us to tell the reality and the truth about what's going on, because the leftists in the United States of America and the left over around the world, they believe that it's fake news. And we have proof with, facts. We have proof with video. We have proof with photographs. We have proved with everything, and it is just unbelievable. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. So I hope that you guys are getting a beautiful start of the week, a beautiful start of the initiation, of the week. Beautiful initiation for everybody. Our moderator just communicated to us that this live feed, no notifications for nobody. So it is just sad that what they do. But we are going to continue to broadcast and until, people start noticing that we are live. So God bless every single one of you. How's everybody doing? Let's get right into it. We got a lot of topics that we have to talk about. We have a lot of topics that we need to talk about. One of the topics is that what is occurring with the migrant children. That is, our main topic. So I will get right into that. As one of the most active activists in Honduras, that she goes by the name of Itzmania Platero. She is a Honduras activist, a pro-migrant Honduras activist, which she is a really interesting. Let's tell you that she's really smart, and she elaborates a lot on the topics that is referencing to the migrant population, and also ultimately into the migrant situation as it is happening right now. But the most important thing is what they say and what they are thinking about the migrant children. And it is unbelievable what she is about to say. And I have the recording of her. Also, I have a picture of her that I will show right here for you guys of who is Itzmania Platero. Itzmania Platero. That she is an activist from Honduras. Really strong activist in terms to, the immigration issue, and in terms to the unaccompanied minors, which is a crisis that is occurring in our borders. And ultimately, the conditions that these minors are living in Central America, South America, and also in our country of Mexico, that they are horrible. It is a reality, people. We have a problem with the future of our children in these kind of third world class countries. There is a problem. There needs to be a solution to fix this problem in terms to violence, delinquents, and in terms to the insecurity factor that occurs in these countries. There needs to be a solution. The United States is not, the solution for the world, but, a lot of countries, they need to, cooperate to fix this gigantic problem that has, right now, blown up into a perception that it can be controlled. So somebody needs to step into the plate and help. The country cannot fix it himself. They need help. It is an absolute truth. And we cannot be unhuman. I'm not saying that we don't have a unaccompanied minor population or unaccompanied minor problem. It will be inhuman for a country to say, keep them in your country, stay in your country to all these minors and don't care about their lives. It will be inhuman, really. If you're that kind of person, if you're that kind of individual who has that mindset, take whatever it is from you to your country then. And stop, penetrating other countries. If it is that the solution, every country has their own problems. We already know that. Mexico has a problem with cartel, has a problem with insecurity, has a problem with violence, has a problem with delinquents. We already know that. The United States has a problem with right now with division in terms to the race war, in terms to, the COVID pandemic. It has a lot of problems, the United States. Also, there's problems in around the world. But there's the kids, and this is a problem that the world needs to unite and needs to attack, and and it needs to stop. Child trafficking, it is not a border problem. Child trafficking, it is a world problem. It needs to stop. Everybody should be uniting to stop child trafficking, to stop the massive migration of unaccompanied minors through horrible conditions. We need to unite to stop that. That is the number one purpose. God bless you all. Let's start with local news right here. So I will start with this, and then we started, cranking up a little bit. So this is they captured, according to Uniradio Informa. This is a man that it was captured, yesterday, 16th of May. This man is a leader of the cartel of Sinaloa. And it was captured in Ensenada. Ensenada is one of the municipal cities that is located on our state of Baja. This Ensenada city, it is a port of entry. And this man was captured. It is a leader of distribution of drugs of the cartel of Sinaloa in Ensenada. As you can see, the gentleman right here says that the article says after executing a judicial order by the Fiscal General of the Republic and also by the SEMAR, that is the Secretary of Marine of Mexico, they detained and captured Salvador N., better known AKA as El Huachis, a person in charge of distributing drugs and also sicarios through the organized crime that is the said Sinaloa cartel. The operation started at the 15th of May, and during the course of this, they were approaching a neighborhood called El Centro Artesanal, where they implemented a perimeter, a tactical perimeter surroundings to execute the order and to intercept the priority objective as the authorities of Baja California, operated. Salvador N. Presumptuously, he was in charge of the commercialization of drugs and also distribution of drugs, and also in charge of violence with the cartel of Sinaloa in several neighborhoods in Ensenada. At the moment that he was detained, they detained him with 3 bags, approximately of 269 grams of methamphetamine, and 1 telephone equipment. And as the article also says, that due to the fact also they have identified his brother, that it's also his nickname is El Cochi, and his first name is Abraham. His leader also sicarios, that his brother was detained also on the 14th of October or 2020. So these kind of individuals have been operating in our borders. Now they have been apprehended. For people that are watching, this is an individual that has been apprehended in the city of Ensenada, that is a leader of a cartel, that is the Sinaloa cartel. So this is good news for the authorities of Mexico, and also for the Baja California population. A leader of distribution and leader of a cartel in Sinaloa, of the Sinaloa cartel in Ensenada, was apprehended. So getting right into our topic. This is what is actually happening right now in Tapachula. So this is the actual situation in Tapachula. As right now, as I have been giving you guys consistently, I have been giving you guys a video about what is really happening in Tapachula. Tapachula, it is the border that connects to Guatemala. These are actual clips of what is happening right now. And again, for everybody that is watching, again, this is the number one reason why Itzmania Platero, that is a activist from Honduras, pro-migrant activist, has spoken about the unaccompanied minors. And what she says about the Trump administration in terms to unaccompanied minors, it is mind-blowing. But also, I want you to check out these videos right here before I put her picture. This is clip number 1, as an 11-second clip, as how the situation it is located right now in Tapachula. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue, share this video so we can get more people on the live feed. I know censorship right now, it is completely attacking our platform, but we're trying to do the best that we can. Buy me a coffee is on top of the link. If you guys want to contribute to our independent reporting, buy me a coffee is on top of the links. Thank you so much. Also, my PayPal is on top of the link. So this is practically clip number 1 as what is happening in Tapachula. Look at the conglomerate of people that they are. It's just a lot of people in one just little space. This is the Comar. This is the Commission of Refugees, and this is a problem that is coexisting right now, as it's getting worse by the minute. This is another clip. These are the long lines that are existing on every day. Every day it is exactly the same. Every single day. Every single day. This is another clip. And it is, a line probably approximately of 50 to 100 people, you can say. But it is look at this video, man. Look at these conditions. This is unbelievable. And there's no, this is getting worse by the minute over there. It's getting worse by the minute. Look at this last clip. So, this is the situation why these activists, like Willer Metalus, the last activist that visited this place in Tapachula. Willer Metalus, he is the head committee of chief committee of naturalized Afro-Mexicans. And he was saying the conditions right now in Tapachula for people of Haiti, for migrant population, it is getting worse by the minute. This is actual proof that, it is not okay what is occurring over there. It is not okay, and it is lines to get the political, the refugee, visa of transit. This visa of transit is to them to move out of Tapachula and for them to legally move out of Tapachula and for them to, move out of this city and practically get the permission to basically move to another border and to go to the north. Now, according to this, and I will, basically stop right here, this video. According to this, you got an activist that is, her name is Itzmania Guerrero. Itzmania Platero. I'm sorry. This is Itzmania right here, as I'm going to put her on the screen. This is Itzmania. And Itzmania is a pro-migrant activist from Honduras. She is a person that basically has been quite open about talking about what is occurring with the trafficking of children and with the unaccompanied minors. She gave a statement to our colleagues over here in the part of Tapachula. And look what she says. I will try to translate as much as I can for you guys. But it's amazing what she says. It is amazing what she says about the unaccompanied minors that they are being located right now in the borders and how it is growing the population of unaccompanied minors. After this, I will put the the United Nations Relief Fund, how you log into the link and how they have a lot of websites where you can cooperate for the unaccompanied minors. My question is, the United Nations, you're getting all this money for unaccompanied minors, but where is it? As the unaccompanied minor population, it is growing. So look what she says. Look what she says right here. For everybody that is watching, thank you for joining. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Thank you so much. Look, this is Itzmania Platero, an activist for the country of Honduras, a pro-migrant activist.
Mira, la identificación dactilar es algo tan importante, pero tan importante no solo para Honduras, sino para los países de la región centroamericana, porque la mayoría de niños que están saliendo del territorio nacional, en particular niños haitianos.
He's saying the ID that is being given right now, it is extremely important. The ID when you exit Honduras is extremely important that people get it. And particularly, kids that they are arriving right now to the borders, that they are kids from Haiti. Now they're unaccompanied minors from Haiti. It is growing, the population of unaccompanied minors from Haiti. Look what she says also.
Los cubanos que están en ese país son víctimas de secuestro.
And also kids that they are from Cuba. Now unaccompanied kids from Cuba are arriving. So it is another problem that is not only kids from Central America. It is all these countries that they are having a lot of problems with security issues, that their children are running away. And look what she explains later, as she says the reasons why they are running away from these particular areas. She says this.
Son víctimas de adopción ilegal, son niños que están recluidos.
They are victims of illegal adoptions. They're victims of they're just kids that they're being recluded.
Los albergues, en los asentamientos, incluso en Estados Unidos, en donde no tienen.
And it's saying that they are victims of violence. They're victims of being recluded in places like shelters. And also it's saying, including the United States, she says, including the United States,
Ni siquiera la prensa acceso a tener el nombre.
Where the press is not giving them access to just find out the name of the child.
De 101,000 niños que fueron detenidos en el cruce de frontera.
That around 101,000 kids, look what she says, 101,000 kids that they were detained on their intent to cross to the border under, look what she says,
Estados Unidos en tiempo del presidente Donald Trump.
in the time of the president of Donald Trump. So Itzmania Platero is saying that around 101,000 kids were detained to cross to ask for asylum or for help under the administration of Donald Trump. That is what she's saying.
Hasta el momento ninguno de los países de la región ha solicitado, ni mucho menos la UNICEF, ha solicitado los nombres de los menores que están.
And this is a problem because she's saying until now, nobody has solicited the names of these kids or these children. Or these children that they have been, on the other side of the border. 101,000 kids that supposedly they did not cross under the administration of Trump. So nobody knows where this 101,000 children are at. Basically, that's what she's saying. And who is providing the information of these 101,000 children that they were not allowed in the administration of Donald Trump.
Detenidos en esos lugares y sus padres no saben si están vivos, si están raptados.
And their fathers and their parents, they don't know if they're alive or where they are. So this is the problem, that a lot of the United States population thinks, they have their, the United States life. Basically, the United States life, it is really Central America life and Mexico life. Children can take up, they can leave one day. Let me see. We're back right here. We're back. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's it's how they are censoring people. It is not our fault. It's how they are censoring. So it's important for us to just say what is going on, and it is important to hear both sides of the story. In both sides of the story. Why? Because it is important for us to understand what these activists are saying in terms to reality of the situation. Now let's go back to Itzmania Platero, as she is a activist, as she was talking about picking up where I left. She was talking about 101,000 kids that they have been stopped in the administration of Trump, and they were not allowed in the administration of Trump to obtain the political asylum. She's saying, where are these children? Why the UNICEF, that is the United Nations Children's Relief Fund, why are they not investigating of these children? Why is the government or every government not investigating of these children? And who is going to investigate of these 101,000 children that they were stopped in the past administration of Trump, and now this problem that is occurring with the children? Now, look what she's saying. UNICEF, that is the United Nations Children's Relief Fund, it is, right now I will go to their website so you guys can understand how serious this situation is. God bless everybody that is joining. The feed dropped a few minutes ago. The feed dropped, but it's, censorship. This is the way it is. And for everybody that is watching, thank you so much. So let me just go back to the audio as she's explaining how this is a problem, a gigantic problem, that not only kids from Central America are leaving their homes, also kids from Cuba and kids from Haiti. And, this is growing. This is a humongous problem because it's going to grow. And it is not going to stop, people. This is going to continuously grow. So you're putting children through horrible situations where there's a lot of traffickers. There's a lot of human smugglers. There's a lot of violence and delinquents. But also you are not attacking the main problem, that is the violence and delinquents and horrific cartel activity and gang activity in their countries. So you are provoking this migration to continue when you are not attacking the main problem, that is the violence in their country, that is creating a better infrastructure for them to not leave. So this is what she says, and she adds right here.
Los van a poder solicitar, o cuando los van a entregar a los custodios. Esto es tan importante también porque ayudaría, aunque el sistema biométrico no es legal, pero la legalidad de la huellita de los niños.
He's saying that, something needs to happen in terms of identifying the children. The biometrics needs to happen. This is what she's saying. Biometrics needs to happen. And the handprint, and also the handprints identification, they need to start happening. So she's talking about, she's actually absolutely, she is correct about this. This is what has been absolutely has been pushed by people like her, by people that, is basically saying, what, there needs to be DNA testing. There needs to be identification for these children. There needs to be a register number. And, handprints, hand identification print, it needs to happen. So she's saying the biometrics, it needs to happen. The biometrics to these children, they need to start. Biometrics. So biometrics, what it means that, basically taking all their information and taking all, their identification to know where they're coming from, and for them to not, basically for the recycling children to stop. What is the recycling children? Remember that there are a lot of children that they're being recycled, being used for a fake marriage, for a fake matrimony, for a fake family, and ultimately being used as a product for another adult to obtain the asylum. So she is basically correct on this. If you start with biometrics on, the UNICEF, the United Nations Relief Fund, and the United Nations starts applying, certain particular filters for children, for them to be continuously, screened, ultimately registered, for them to have some kind of registered, some kind of paperwork, some kind of something that it will say, this is what it needs to happen. This is what it needs to do. This is what it needs to be happening. There's a comment right here. Why is in Mexico doing that? For God's sake, who is provoking this problem? So many years watching me, and it is so many years that is watching me, and you guys don't understand who's provoking this problem. For God's sake, really? Why that kind of question? Let's get right into it as we are going to continue this. So let me just put the audio again for you guys to understand where is this going with this lady.
En su acta de nacimiento ayudaría al cotejamiento de estos menores, igual de todos aquellos migrantes que mueren o que están siendo raptados en estos momentos.
He's saying, basically, there needs to be biometrics now with children. Also, there needs to be biometrics now with migrants. There needs to be biometrics now, and biometrics she is referring to. She's specifically referring to identification, that this needed to happen since I don't know how long ago. Identification, DNA testing on the parents, that they're supposed to be their parents of the kids, and ultimately biometrics on the children as registered their information for a system to start controlling the enormous child trafficking, the enormous irregularities that are occurring with children. This is an actual fact, and it needs to happen now. This will decrease the child trafficking. This will decrease, human smuggling. This will decrease, ultimately, the cartel activity. This will decrease the abuse on children. This will decrease a lot of things. So she's correct on this. But the main problem is that, as I'm hearing her, she is continuously saying UNICEF. UNICEF is the United Nations Children Relief Fund. Why is the United Nations Children Relief Fund not doing anything in their maiden countries? This is the problem that is continuously, affecting children. If you're not doing anything in their main country, why are you supposed to be doing it in a foreign country? Are you supposed to be attacking the violence and the delinquents and the gang violence and the cartel violence and the insecurity violence and attacking the main problem in their country? It is just unbelievable. But no, people are continuously, creating this exile atmosphere as leaving, their country. It is the number one solution. So it is just, it is just unbelievable how this fluency of children. Wow, man, Facebook is just horrible today. Facebook is just horrible today. How this fluency of exile of children, it is occurring. So listen to her, what she says.
Pero que no tienen identificación, entonces es muy difícil localizarlos o identificarlos. Y por otra parte, los hondureños que están en los Estados Unidos o otros centroamericanos, no sé cuál es la situación de ellos, pero al menos los hondureños no están dentro del archivo de identificación.
This is another problem that she's saying. She's saying, I remember Donald Trump wanted to do DNA testing on the kids, but the what is it called? ACLU and all these organizations, they were saying that they were violating their rights and they were violating their humanitarian right, which it led for people to not start exercising and not start doing the DNA testing. It started for a little bit and then it stopped because they were violating their right. The humanitarian rights got involved and they stopped doing it. And the United Nations got involved and they stopped doing it. Now, the country of Mexico, They wanted to start doing it, and they were not allowed to do it because the United Nations is so in now in our country of Mexico that it's so difficult for us to start doing these kind of legal procedures. Now, look what she's saying right here. She's saying that a lot of the migrant population that are from Honduras, migrant adults, they're not even registered in, the system of the United States with a proper ID. This has to do with what Donald Trump was saying, that he was saying, you know what, the catch and release needs to stop because nobody's coming back to court. Accordingly, now the catch and release has opened again. And they are saying that a lot of the people, 70% of the population that they were released in that particular time of the catch and release with Donald Trump, that they did not return back to court because they were afraid of getting deported. So that is why Joe Biden has ordered, and also the Department of Homeland Security has ordered to not arrest migrants in the court. They can only arrest people that they have federal charges or federal crimes or federal background conviction crimes. They cannot arrest, migrants that they are just running away from fear. That is what they're saying. That is what Joe Biden is saying. Now, look what the activist Ismania is saying. No migrant from Honduras. There's thousands of migrants from Honduras that they don't have an ID inside of the United States. So the United States is allowing left and right, as exactly as Mexico, allowing left and right people that they don't know who they are. They don't know their identification. They don't know their name. They don't know absolutely nothing from them. So this is another problem that Ismania Platero is saying, that migrants are being allowed into the United States of America, but ultimately they're not giving them an ID.
Patrón que tiene Honduras en el Registro Nacional de las Personas. Por lo tanto, estos no van a poder tener acceso a los beneficios que el presidente Joe Biden ha ofrecido.
It's saying, they don't have an identification, so they are not in the system also in Honduras. So if they're not in the system also in Honduras, they're not going to be allowed the benefits that Joe Biden is promising to the migrants. She's talking about that all these population is going afloat. All this population, it is entering the United States of America without no proper regulation. There's no identification. This is a problem that has been happening for the longest time, people. It is an irregular migration. It is a broken system. The globalist compact of immigration, it is a broken system. I'm sorry. It is broken. And it is risking people's life. It is putting irregularities of people migrating incorrectly through their necessities, through running away from fear, running away from violence, running away from persecution. We understand that part, but there's a process, and a lot of people are not doing it correctly. And this has a repercussion. And the repercussion, according to Ismalia Platero, is that a lot of the people that they're entering every country, they are not registered under the pattern of the registered the registered system in every country. Every country needs to have a registered of who is coming in and who is going out. And Mexico is not doing that. The United States, ultimately, it is not doing that. And now that they are inside of the United States of America, the migrant population, this migrant population that there are for thousands and thousands and thousands of people that they're entering, they don't have an ID. Nobody's registered under no system in the United States of America. For that, it is a domino effect that Honduras doesn't even know who they have in there and who they are exiting and who is also getting deported. So it is a humongous problem that is occurring with adults. Now, she's emphasizing specifically on the children. She's emphasizing, she brought this subject out, and I respect this woman, although, we have different points of view, but in one term, we are agreeing. In terms of of the people, in terms of the children, in terms of the children, this is a solution for the children to stop exiling. Number one is to attack the problem from the main country. Number one itself, attack the country, attack the violence and the delinquents that is occurring in their main country, so people will not leave their country. So people will ultimately create a better infrastructure in their country, so they will not leave. So you can provide a better job, so you can provide security, so they will not leave. Number one, this is what she's saying. UNICEF, that is the United Nations Children Relief Fund, it is not doing anything about this problem. Also, if they're going to start doing it, where's the biometrics? She's saying there's no system. There's no system for us to know why this children is leaving Honduras, why this children is leaving Cuba, why this children is leaving Haiti, how old are these children, when did it arrive, where he wants to go, how he wants to migrate, who he came with, why is he leaving? Are we studying, the family that they're fleeing away from, if he's suffering from abuse, if he's suffering from an illegal adoption, if he's suffering from this, from that? There's no biometrics. So the United Nations is not doing their job. Basically, this is what she's saying. The United Nations is not doing their job. Where is the philanthropist, George Soros, by the way? This is a really articulated activist, pro-migrant activist, that is basically saying we need biometrics. We need fingerprint identification. We need something to start registering people for us to have a legal migration and for us to have a peaceful, documented legal migration. If it is going to happen, there is nothing like that doing. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's handling the biometrics. And let me just stop this recording of Ismalia Platero. So I will go to this that is really important. As we're talking about the children, we're talking about UNICEF, we're talking about the United Nations the United Nations Children Relief Fund. We're talking about all of this. And she's talking about why the United Nations Children's Relief Fund, it is practically, not doing anything. And if you go to their website, let me just put you in their website. This is their website. And their website, as Ismalia Platero is saying, why are children not being helped? Why this problem is not being attacked? Why there's no biometrics? Why there's no identification? Why is this? There's thousands of questions that I also ask myself. Why are these children not being registered and not being taken care of correctly? And you can see right here, this is the website for UNICEF. And it says right here on the top yellow, it says donate now. Right there, right? And as you go to every single website, it says home. What do we do? Support. What do you want to support? It says right here, violence, positive, upcoming, positive future, education, migrant children, and coronavirus. So there's actually a website where they're donating, a lot of quantities. Meanwhile, the problem, it is coexisting enormously and it is growing. So you have a monthly fee that you can pay right here, 250 pesos, that is around 10, 12 bucks, 300 pesos, that is around almost 20 bucks, and 500 pesos, that is around $30. So you say another quantity right here, and then you put donate. So this is the website for them. The problem is that according to like activists like Ismalia Platero, like people like me, it is, where is this money at? Who is taking care of this situation? How are we going to stop this massive migration from their countries and this, enormous abuse by organizations that they are clearly taking advantage of this, like his cartel organizations? And then, says 3,900,000 children are victims of violence in the world. With your help, we can, create a better psychosocial, upcoming. So on the bottom, you can read a little bit about, how they suffer from violence, how that you can create a better, upcoming future for them, how you can help in education, and how you can help the migrant children. If you click right here, and I'm going to do this with you guys right here online. I will do this with you guys online. All right. If you click right here on migrant children, you go right here and it says your donation will help to secure the trajectory. And it says right here, monthly unique. I don't know what is unique. Let me just press right here, unique. Okay. If it is unique, it takes you to another quantity, bigger quantity. A monthly says 250 pesos, 300 pesos, and 500 pesos. A unique quantity, it is goes higher, 450 pesos, 600 pesos, and 800 pesos. And another quantity you can press right here, and you can donate. Now, let's just press 450, and let's just donate now. What it takes you to your email information, to your name, and also to your phone number. So all the personal information of you, it is being registered in the United Nations the United Nations Children Relief Fund. And it says we accept Visa, we accept MasterCard, and we accept American Express. So this is the problem. For me, this is the problem right here. As I just shown you, what is the United Nations Children's Release Fund doing? If you have a huge problem of children around Central America and South America, why is the United Nations Children's Release Fund, why are they not stopping this enormous fluency of unaccompanied minors? And for God's sake, if Itzmalia Platero just said that under the Trump administration, okay, so let me just go back right here. So when it says unique donation, is called one-time donation. One-time donation. So it's not unique donation, it's one-time donation. Thanks so much for the correction to my moderator. So when you go and says única donación, is not unique donation, is one-time donation. Thank you so much for that correction. So the problem right here is, look how much, this is a worldwide donation center. It's a worldwide donation website, which you are getting. And my God, let me put it again. I will just put it again so we can talk about it. Where is it at, man? Where is it at? Where are you? Right here. So it's a worldwide donation, right? So you got it right here. So it says unique right here. It's not unique. It's a one-time donation. One-time donation. Única. One-time donation. So let me just elaborate right here. So you have more than almost 21,000 children that they had left this year. According to the Department of Homeland Security, they have more than 21,000, in more than 21,000 in holding facilities right now in the United States of America. And right now, you have, according to Itzmania Platero, that is the activist that I just put you on screen, she said that under the Trump administration, more than 101,000 children were detained in the borders. So more than 101,000 children were detained at the borders under the Trump administration. Where in the hell was UNICEF? My whole question right here is, what did you do with the money? Why 101,000? Where was your money? Where is all the money that you have received? Where is it? 101,000. If it's Mania Platero, that is the activist, let me put her on screen right here. Okay? Let me put her on screen. Where is she? It's Mania. Oh, right here. We got it right here. It's Mania Platero. That she is a pro-migrant activist from Honduras. That she is a really intelligent woman. It's Mania Platero is saying 101,000 children were detained in the administration of Trump, that they were not allowed. 101,000. It is a lot. Holy cow. You're talking about 101,000 on 4 years. You're talking about 25,025 children per year. That is not even close to what right now Joe Biden has in months. That is, and right now Joe Biden has, 21,000 in only the month of, from January to April, May to April. From January to April, Joe Biden has 21,000. So you're talking about 101,000 that they were detained, according to Ismania Platero. And she's saying we need biometrics for these children. We need also identification for people. We need to keep a record for all these children that they're coming. We need to study all of what is happening. We need to ask UNICEF what they're doing. Because why, people? A lot of people are donating, but nobody's getting the job done. And you're talking about 101,000 that they were detained under the Trump administration. Where are these children, and where was UNICEF? Where was the United Nations Children's Relief Fund? Where was it with these 101,000? Have you guys heard? This is the first time that I'm hearing 101,000 kids that they were not accepted into the United States of America. But if this is an actual number that it was happening in the Trump administration of 101,000, where was the United Nations helping these kids in their maiden country? Where were they? But you got their website right here. That is a pretty beautiful website, I will tell you. It's a really nice website. Beautiful website, man. Look at this. Really well elaborated. And you got, all types of of things that you can donate. You can donate to, different options for, this is sad, for violence, for upcoming, for positive upcoming, raising the kid upcoming positively, for education, and for migrant children. So you got all these 4 options. They're all 4 of them. They go together because a lot of these children are running away because they're running away from violence. This is number 1. A lot of other children are running away because they don't want to grow up in their country. It's a horrible country. It's not providing no future for them. It's not going to go anywhere. And their future is going to be ruined because all the country is messed up. It's corrupt. And it is, that it is corrupt and all that. Somebody's saying, let me fit your narrative right here, because somebody's saying right here, it says, Denise, Oscar, I thought you were smarter than this. That is a fake statistic. Why? Because it doesn't fit your narrative, right? Why? Because it doesn't fit your narrative. So all this time you have been thinking that I'm a smart guy, but right now at a way that it doesn't fit your narrative and you don't feel comfortable because it is a statistic that it was given by somebody that is not fitting your narrative, you feel uncomfortable and I'm not a smart guy anymore, right? That is correct, right? Can you actually find a statistic that contradicts what I'm saying, please? I like to answer your questions. I like to answer your questions. UNICEF did not give those statistics for you. That was a statistic that it was given by a person that has been studying how many children have been fleeing Central America, South America, and around the world. That was not a statistic that it was given by UNICEF, the United Nations release. That it was not, it was not given, that statistic was not given by UNICEF. Just for you to understand, I'm just elaborating what UNICEF is doing. So this is the website for UNICEF. Let me press X right here. As they have all types of, options right here. all types of options. And let me remind everybody, I'm not a right wing. I'm not a left wing. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. If you get your feelings hurt, understand that it's always about facts. It's not about fitting what you feel comfortable. This is not, if you're from the left, this is not CNN, that you go over there and you're like, you know what? This is fake news. ON is fake news. I'm going with CNN right now. And I'm just going to sit down and hear how they're smashing the right. If you're left wing, right? Of course, you're going to be over there and CNN is going to be smashing the right. Smashing the right. You go to MSNBC, they will be smashing the right. You go to Democracy Now!, you go to the Daily Beast, they will be smashing every day the right. But, if you're a right wing, you're going to be like, you know what? I feel that CNN and MSNBC and Daily Beast and Democracy Now! Are fake news. So I will go with ON, right? So you will go with ON, you will go to Fox News, you will go to where you fit your narrative, where you believe that is the truth, right? So you go over there and you're like, okay, they're smashing the left. They're smashing every day the left. Fox is smashing the left. ON is smashing the left, right? But when a guy comes in and doesn't give an F about the left and the right, and it tells you how it is, I thought that you were smarter. Right? I thought that you were smarter than that. Those are fake statistics. But when I talk about statistics that fit your narrative, you're the most smartest man that ever existed in this world. But when I talk to statistics that doesn't fit your narrative, you're the worst. You sound like a leftist, Oscar. It's not about the left. It is not about the right. It's about clearly talking about a problem that it has been happening for the longest time. And if they were 101,000 children that they were detained and not allowed in a way because of COVID pandemic, there's a lot of reasons why. I'm not blaming this on Donald Trump. There's a lot of reasons why they were not allowed. We had a COVID pandemic, for God's sake. So everything was stopped because we have a pandemic. We have an enormous infection around the world. So if there was 101,000, compare that 101,000 in 4 years. That's almost 25,000 in plus fraction per year. You have more of a bigger of a problem right now in the Joe Biden administration. If you get to logic, if you start adding, if you start using your mathematics, you have a bigger problem right now. Why you have a bigger problem right now? Because you got 21,000 in January, February, March, and April. You have 21,000 in 4 months, not 25,000 like in the Trump administration that they're saying that that's the statistic. But you got 21 in the 4 months that this man has been president. So you have to add numbers and you have to specifically start saying like, oh my God, this is a problem that is going to grow more, 3 times more. This is why Itzmania Platero is saying we need biometrics now. Because this problem, it is going to enormously increase in the next months. You're going to put children's lives in danger, leaving their homes from Central America, South America, and the world, traveling through conditions like I shown you in Panama and Darien, that is the most horrible place where they are in the middle of a jungle and a lot of the people make it, a lot of people don't, they die. You got people traveling through horrible conditions and you are still advertising for children to come. So it's Mania Pratero, the activist, is saying, where is UNICEF? That this is a question that we need to continuously ask now, as I have been continuously pushing the United Nations. Where are they in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of a desert, in the middle of a sea, in the middle of a necessity of people dying of hunger and dying of water? These people that they think stupidly that George Soros is a philanthropist. Where is the philanthropist with all these problems that have been occurring? Where is all that money that you go into this website and it is so easy to donate? It's so easy to donate in this website. So easy. As I have shown you before, how they're doing, the United Nations is doing surveys, and they're doing surveys where minors can give their opinion. Minors, 13-year-olds, there's a box right there that says between the ages of 16 and 30. So what makes you think that they're trying to make society adapt to a 16-year-old to be adapting to a 30-year-old? Evilly, demonically, they're trying to make a minor be adapted and to be like, oh, look, mom, I'm in the 30-year-old, message box. I'm an older woman now. I'm an older lady now. No, you're a minor. You're not supposed to be even filling out surveys that they're talking about politics, that they're talking about, a migration of influx. They're talking about your opinion about COVID, how are we going to address this? You're a minor. You're supposed to be at school. You're supposed to be, elaborating a career for your life. You're not even an adult to be allowed to be filling out a survey. And then it says 15 years old and younger. So there's a survey in the United Nations where 15 years and younger, they can give an opinion on how to completely change the world. And then it says, can you please register? So all the minors, they have registered. It's unbelievable. This is why I have been saying for the longest of time, I have been saying, the United Nations Globalist Compact of Immigration, it is a broken system. It does not work. It has a lot of loopholes. And the biggest loophole that the United Nations has with pushing this globalist compact of immigration, it is child trafficking. The United Nations is not direct, they're not in the eyes of the world, they're not doing it, but by pushing the migration issue, there's a lot of organizations that are going to take advantage of this, as you guys have seen in the past. How organized crime and cartel activity has been taken over and taken advantage of all of these loopholes. My question now is, like Itzmania Platero, the pro-migrant activist, is asking, where is UNICEF right now with this massive influx that is going to grow? If they're accusing the Trump administration as 101,000 children that they were stopped in 4 years, you divide 101,000 in 4. I'm not good at math, but I will tell you 25,000 infraction per year were stopped, right? And you got more than 21,000 right now in holding facilities in 3 or plus months in the Biden administration. So what the hell? This problem is going to coexist and grow further and further and further and further and more and more and more and more. And nobody is allowed to ask UNICEF what the hell you're doing with the money, because you're the one that is pushing this immigration influx. Just axing. There's another topic that I will jump in real quick. Has nothing to do with this situation. Google this, fact check me, go over there and check it yourself. I'm just a communicator. I'm just, a guy that communicates what his point of view is and what I believe that my brain thinks at the particular moment. But this is another topic that is going to blow everybody's mind, and that is particularly has to do a lot with politics. And all what is going on right now in Israel, in Palestine, it is all about politics. A lot of people are breaking it into religion. I don't want to get into that, but I just want to tell you what is particularly that we have been given the news in the past 2 years about what Russia has been having agreements with Hezbollah and Hamas, and that the bombings that occur in Lebanon was because of these terrorist organizations, that Russia was filtering guns to Hezbollah. Now, this just came in the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire says the United States approves 735 million weapon sale to Israel, May 17, 2021, written by Ryan Saavedra. What is the problem with this? There is two sides of the story. Joe Biden is not agreeing with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin has been a guy that has not been agreeing with Joe Biden on everything. Russia, it is the number one distributor for guns to Iran, Iraq, and all other, organizations. All other organizations. And now, we got the United States that is stirring the pot with this and giving more weapons to Israel. What does this tell you? It tells you, in my point of view, that this is not going to stop, that this is going to continue, and this is not going to stop. And this is what the article says. It says the U.S. approved a massive 735 million sale in weapons to Israel on Monday, which comes as the nation has battled against Palestinian terror attacks for more than 1 week. The sale, which Congress was notified about several days ago, will focus on Israel acquiring precision missiles and special munitions from the United States. The Biden administration has started to push for fighting between Israel and the Palestinian terrorist groups in Gaza to stop, even as Israel has cranked up the pressure and started to inflict serious damage against the terrorists who have fired more than 3,100 rockets at Israel. Holy cow. Spoke with Egyptian Foreign Minister Shokuri to discuss the ongoing violence at Israel, West Bank, and Gaza. Blinken tweeted, Anthony Blinken, all parties need to de-escalate tensions. The violence must end immediately. This is what Anthony Blinken said. This is a tweet about no politics that says, this is bad, counterproductive of foreign policy. Having started a war, it is now beneficial to Israel and the region for Hamas to be dealt a humiliating blow. The U.S. pressure to stop the war prematurely is a reward for Hamas. Spoke, and this is the Secretary Anthony Blinken tweeted, as he tweeted, spoke today with the Egyptian Foreign Minister Shokuri to discuss the ongoing violence in Israel, West Bank, and Gaza. All parties need to de-escalate tensions. The violence must end immediately. Also, you have Mike Pompeo right here tweeting. As Mike Pompeo says, the Biden administration has distanced itself from Israel by attempting to revive the failed Iran deal. Wow. Siding with the Ayatollahs over our ally. Former Secretary of State and CIA Director Mike Pompeo tweeted, America must be strong and defend its allies without hesitation. This is the tweet about Mike Pompeo saying the Biden administration, again, I will read it, has distanced itself from Israel by attempting to revive the failed Iran deal, siding with Ayatollahs over our ally. America must be strong and defend its allies without hesitations. And it says right here on the bottom, the weapon sales comes as Israel pounded Palestinian terrorists over the weekend by blowing up missiles of underground terror tunnels and taking the fight to the front door of top terrorists by targeting their homes. The senior Palestinian Islamic Jihad commander Hassam Abu Arbit was killed in an Israeli airstrike in the northern Gaza Strip on Monday afternoon as rockets fired from the blockaded enclave continue to fire towards southern Israel communities. The Jerusalem Post reported the IDF said that that Abu Arbit was killed in a joint operation with the Shin Bet intelligence services. So it is huge for everybody that is watching. Google it, fact check me, go and watch this information as the United States of America has approved 735 million weapons to sell to Israel. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Language News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining. On top of the link, you have Buy Me a Coffee. On top of the link, if you guys want to contribute to our work, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Also, there's my PayPal if you guys want to contribute to our independent reporting. Thank you so much. During the week, I will be live from a particular shelter right here in our city of Tijuana to bring you guys the reality and the news and the opinion of the migrants, of what they think of the Biden administration. If you guys are going to be so surprised. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, in all platforms. Also, Ben Berquam, Real America's Voice News, Will Johnson, and Unite America First, and Miss Sarah Carter at Fox News, and also all her platforms that exist. You can follow me at Facebook as Oscar Blue, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, and also Telegram, my channel on Telegram. It has been a pleasure talking to you guys. Viva Mexico, and forever Mexico, and God bless the United States of America. Stay safe, and like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and here. Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. No. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.